In Death Stranding 2, on the beach, 11 months after previous events, the United Cities of America, or UCA, is fully connected via the chiral network, and the bridge's logistics company has become defunct, with deliveries now being handled by the Automated Porter Assistance System, or APAS, which uses unmanned delivery bots called buddy bots, putting human porters out of work. Transcontinental portals called plate gates begin manifesting across the world in areas with high chiral density, most notably one linking Mexico to Australia. The ongoing Death Stranding extinction event continues to negatively affect the world. Beached things, or BTs, have become more powerful, with some gaining sight in addition to hearing and touch. Natural disasters, such as gatequakes and floods, worsened by increased chiralium levels, have warped the environment and become a frequent occurrence. Bandits and armed terrorists torment survivors, and the Australian continent is populated by hostile supernatural robotic enemies dubbed ghost mechs. Retired porter Sam Porter Bridges lives a secluded life on the UCA Mexican border with his adopted daughter Luis, or Lou. Fragile, Sam's friend and former head of delivery company Fragile Express, interrupts their tranquil routine to inform Sam that she's created a new company, Drawbridge, which has been contracted by the UCA to extend the network into Mexico. Fragile asks Sam to journey throughout Mexico and activate the network terminals Bridges left behind, just as he did in the UCA, motivating him by offering a UCA pardon for his unauthorized departure with Lou, their network bridge baby, or BB, asset. He agrees and sets out on the mission, leaving Lou in Fragile's care. After connecting all of Mexico, Sam arrives at a lab run by his old friend Deadman and views a recording left behind by him explaining that he had discovered an anomaly in southern Mexico dubbed a plate gate, which acts as a portal to Australia, where other Death Stranding survivors reside. In addition, Deadman learned that for reasons unknown, Lou was assigned a BB ID number that belonged to an already decommissioned BB, meaning she's not actually registered in the UCA's system. Furthermore, Deadman reveals that he's dying, and has chosen to use his remaining time to conduct research from his beach, the realm between life and death. Sam returns home to discover that it's been assaulted by an unknown armed group, leaving Fragile injured and Lou dead. 1 month later, Sam continues to grapple with Lou's death when he's invited by Fragile, in an attempt to remedy his depression, to board her ship, the DHV Magellan, and travel through the gate so they can link Australia to the network. Sam sees Lou suddenly return as a BT entity within his BB pod, inspiring him to agree. On board, he meets Fragile's crew: Tarman, the ship's pilot who navigates it through underground tar currents; Dahlman, a psychic medium whose soul resides in a doll; Charlie, Drawbridge's mysterious benefactor; and the President, leader of the Automated Public Assistance Company, or APAC. The President explains that by connecting all of Australia to the network, it should activate additional gates, connecting the rest of the world's continents together. Drawbridge members Rainey, who can control time-forwarding timefall and time-reversing corefall reigns, and Hartman, the beach researcher, later join the crew. Sam commences his mission, but is impeded by the apparent return of Higgs, his nihilistic nemesis, who commands an army of mechs that terrorize the Australian survivors. In addition, Sam's drawn into tarfall anomalies where he's forced to fight a spectral soldier named Neil Vana, who seemingly has a connection to Lou. After his first encounter with Neil, Sam recovers a chrysalis containing an amnesiac girl, who Fragile decides to name Tomorrow. After a couple additional encounters with Neil, Sam's finally able to defeat him permanently, and Neil gives him a memory device left behind by Sam's late wife, Lucy. The data inside explains that Lou is actually Sam's biological daughter, who is thought to be killed along with Lucy in a void-out explosion. Being that Sam's a repatriate, whose soul can return from the beach to his body whenever he dies, Lou was highly valued as his daughter by Bridges, who planned to secretly abduct and designate her as BB-00, the very first BB to be used to form the network. Neil himself was a smuggler who transported brain-dead pregnant women from Mexico into the UCA to meet their demand for BBs. He happened to be a childhood acquaintance of Lucy, whom she had an affair with, and attempted to help her and Lou escape from Bridges into Mexico. Both Neil and the pregnant Lucy were shot and killed while trying to flee the Bridges facility, with a void-out caused by Neil's BT form coming into contact with Lucy's corpse. Lucy's unborn child, Lou, had been extracted from her beforehand and secretly put into off-site storage by Amelie, Sam's adoptive sister, the former UCA president and Bridges founder, until Sam came across her. Following this revelation, Fragile solemnly reveals to Sam that his BB pod has been empty throughout the entire expedition, that Lou was never there, even as a BT, and that Drawbridge allowed Sam to hallucinate and delude himself so he could grieve and recover on his own terms. Meanwhile, Higgs lays siege to the final hub needed to complete the network, but Sam and Drawbridge fight their way through his mechs and activate the hub, completing the Australian network. After the network's successful activation, the President betrays Drawbridge, revealing his true identity as an amalgamation of 4,000 human souls who died in a UCA void-out in the APAS AI, combining to form the sentient entity APAS 4000. It then explains its intention to use the extended network and continue expanding it via gates to forcibly seclude all humans away in their beaches in order to completely negate the risk of BT encounters, thus protecting them from void-outs in the Death Stranding at the cost of stagnating and preventing continued human evolution until the end of time. It adds that it allied with Higgs and provided him the mechs to act as a threat, so that they would force Australia to join the network for protection. Charlie then reveals himself as Die Hardman, the former Bridges director, and explains he was already aware of the president's plans, countering them by secretly reprogramming the network via Sam's Cupid network connection device so that the president can be disconnected from both APAS and the network, removing its threat to humanity. Despite the president being defeated, Higgs returns and admits he was the one who assaulted Sam's home originally before he captures Tomorrow, revealing that she's actually Lou in adult form and that she's become the next extinction entity, or EE, due to her connection through Sam to Amelie, who's also an EE. Higgs intends to use her to continue his original plot of ushering in the last Stranding to destroy all of humanity. Sam and Drawbridge pursue Higgs to APAS's beach, where Sam's able to defeat him in an epic guitar battle before Lou devours him. Fragile dies shortly after, with her recalling repressed memories just before she does, revealing she'd actually been killed by Higgs when he assaulted Sam's home, using the last traces of her soul to get Lou to safety and control her body from the beach to travel with Sam, whom she loves. As Drawbridge returns to the world of the living, Sam's able to view Neil's memories, confirming that Lou survived Higgs' attack on their home, with Fragile's soul teleporting her to Neil's beach and entrusting her safety to his soul, where she was encased in a chrysalis and subjected to accelerated aging due to time flowing faster on the beach. Having recovered all her memories from infancy of their journeys in life together, Lou has an emotional reunion with Sam before she ventures off to become a porter like her father and prepares to enter another gate.